Hello there, it's Christian Youngren with Kaizen Automotive Consulting, bringing you more best automotive practices. In this week's video, I'm going to show you an easy tip that can take your car sales career to the next level. And the best part is, it only takes 20 minutes, 3 times throughout your day, to help you sell more cars and increase your monthly income. Now, if this is your first time to our channel, and you want to improve your automotive selling skills, learn how to use psychology to close more car deals, and receive unbiased dealership, vendor, product, and service company reviews, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and then turn on the bell. That way you never miss out on learning anything new. Well, alright then, let's get to work. Today I'm going to show you an automotive sales training technique or tip that's going to make a huge difference in your car selling career. I like to call it 20 by 3 sets you financially free. Now, the foundation of this concept comes from one of my favorite quotes, which is, you're either getting better or you're getting worse, but you're not staying the same. Now, due to this theory, I believe there's 3 areas in your sales career that you should constantly be trying to improve. And after all, continuous improvement, that's what actually Kaizen means. And that's what my automotive sales training is all about, improvement. Continuous improvement is something that we all want, but finding the time, that's another story. And that's what my dealership clients like so much about this technique, is it's easy to implement. It only takes 20 minutes, 3 times throughout the day, from 3 areas that make up the acronym PASS. Let's take a look at each one of the letters in this acronym, and let's go ahead and see how we can incorporate these into our sales career. The P stands for product knowledge. You should spend at least 20 minutes every day increasing your product knowledge about whatever it is you're selling. For example, if we're a new Ford dealership and we sell Fords, we want to pick a different new Ford model out of our lineup each week to be learning about and to be improving on. Now, this goes above and beyond the factory test Ford gives you to become certified. And while those are extremely helpful, a lot of times they're only required to be done on a quarterly basis. And that information on a quarterly basis doesn't really stay top of mind and keep us sharp like we need to be. Given that Ford has just released the new Ford Bronco, let's make that our weekly model of focus. And I'll go ahead and lay out how each one of those 20-minute daily study sessions might go. Day 1, I would just gain a general overview of the Bronco, learning the different trim packages that are available, engine combinations that go in those packages, and general specifications. Day 2, I would drive each one of the Ford Bronco trim packages for that model with all the available engine sizes in those packages. That's going to give you a feel of each one of these engines drives in that particular package. For example, the 2.3 liter versus the 2.7 liter EcoBoost in the Ford Black Diamond Edition, each will feel and drive a little differently, even though it's the same trim package. Day 3, drill down into model-specific technology equipment. For example, the Trail Turn Assist is an option that's only available on the Ford Bronco models, so that'd be a good one to know and be proficient at. Now, day 3 and 4, I'd start practicing my walk-around presentations. On day 4, I'd practice by myself, and on day 3, I'd ask a colleague to role-play with me and make a role-play scenario as I did my walk-around. The next letter in our acronym PASS is the A. The A stands for attitude. Now, since automotive dealerships' average closing ratio on walk-in guests somewhere between 10 and 20%, you face rejection most of the time in the car business. Now, due to the nature of our business, our attitude can go south in a hurry as we go on throughout our day. And really, it's not your fault. It's just really the way our brains are wired. It goes back to our original caveman brain that was always on the lookout for danger back in prehistoric times, which was pretty much everywhere. Today, we don't really have to worry too much about a saber-toothed tiger pouncing out on you as you walk around the corner. But our brains, they haven't really caught up and been reprogrammed. And because of this fact, our thinking will always default to the negative unless we put conscious effort into interrupting those negative patterns with strong positive affirmations and messages about ourselves. To help you in protecting your attitude, let me offer you up this life hack. Take the first 20 minutes every morning and read or listen to something that's encouraging or inspiring or uplifting, right after you wake up. Tony Robbins, I heard him once say, feed your mind with positive things. So filling your mind with positive affirmations and constructive thoughts should be a healthy part of your psychological breakfast, along with a strong cup of coffee. That wouldn't hurt either. Exercise, listening to music, ice cold showers, those may be a few other options to kick off a productive day as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave you links to several books that might help you maintain a healthy attitude. I'm going to leave those in the description below. Go ahead and check them out. Well, that takes care of the morning. What about the afternoon and evening? Well, another tip to maintain a positive attitude throughout the day is something I've been doing for years, which is I keep index cards that are personally meaningful, that have inspirational quotes and thoughts and affirmations. I keep them in my pocket and pull them out throughout the day. Now, these not only help me in maintaining my motivation, they also help get me through these rough patches when unexpected issues or problems crop up during my day. Now, what I would tell you is this. Find what works for you and take at least 20 minutes every day to program your attitude, equal to the trials and stresses that you know are going to come about through your next day. So whatever it is, find what works for you and take at least 20 minutes every day to program your attitude equal to the trials and stresses that you know are going to come about throughout your upcoming day. The final letter in our acronym PASS is the S, and the S stands for selling skills. Now, selling skills, they're things that you do, things that you say, or nonverbal signals that you give to your guest, and they enhance your guest's customer experience. Now, there's different levels of selling skills that you're going to need to master if you're going to want to become a world-class salesman, whether it's selling cars, insurance, or real estate. For example, though, in the car business, learn how to fill out a finance application for an automotive loan. It's a minor skill. However, it does take some training and a little bit of understanding to fill that out, because there's questions that are sensitive, like income questions and stipulations that the lender will want. Now, you can learn this in probably about an hour without much difficulty. However, it is a skill that needs to be learned. Now, what I would focus on in these 20-minute selling skill sessions are the major skills. There's major skills like in the automotive business, learning to answer objections like, I want more for my trade, or how to market yourself on social media so you can sell more vehicles. Now, these skills might take weeks, months to master. So what I would say is pick up one of those skills, pick an area that you want to improve, and spend 20 minutes every day nurturing that skill. For example, let's say that you want to learn how to overcome the reflex objection, I'm just looking. Well, the first thing you do is figure out the best way to either prevent or answer that reflex objection. Next, you're going to want to write out that preventive or that rebuttal statement exactly how you'd like to memorize it. That way you can make it a selling skill. Now, how do you memorize it? Well, let me give you my 5-step process to learn any word track so well that you can say it without even having to think about it. You can say it in your sleep. Step 1. Write out the word track exactly how you want to memorize it on a note card. And then I want you to read out loud, spaced repetition, so don't do it all in the same time. Read it out loud 10 times throughout the day for the next 7 days. Now, step 2. By the 3rd day, you should have down the proper voice inflectuation, so I'd like you to record it on your phone. Step 3. Now add listening to that recording at least 3 times a day to your learning. But also keep verbally practicing the word track the 10 times per day till you've reached the 7 days in a row. Step 4. After 7 straight days of spaced repetition, reading this out loud, and listening to the recording, you've listened to it at least 15 times a day, and you've read it to yourself at least 70 times per day. So your next step is to video record yourself practicing it without reading it from a note card. And do that 3 times a day for 1 full week or until you've got it down. Step number 5, daily maintenance. If you want to keep this newly found skill and word track top of mind, you're going to want to practice it at least 1 time per day. That way it'll stay fresh. Now it's usually on step 5 where people say to me, Christian, come on, I've got this thing down pat. I've practiced it for 14 days straight. I'm unconsciously competent. Why do I need to keep practicing it? Well, because your goal of any type of learning shouldn't be to practice it until you get it right. It should be to practice it until you never get it wrong. Well, there you have it. PASS. A fast and easy way to keep growing your car sales career that'll ultimately increase your monthly income. Now, if you'd like to get more psychological persuasion sales techniques and tips, make sure you go ahead and click on the playlist that I'm going to leave you above.